special moment. Here we are. I'm Emily Jarrett Hughes. I'm a Spring Forest Qigong certified healer and instructor. And I'm so happy and honored to be your host for Spring Forest Qigong every day. Last time I did this was in July. It happened to be the day of the most yang energy in July. And today is the week of the winter solstice. And so we will have the day of the most yin energy. So I'm very excited to offer a counterbalance from the most yang to the most yin time. This is like super exciting to me. I'm so glad you're taking this time in this special time of year to do this practice with me. Please check in the comments if you can, greet each other, because we are a community practicing Spring Forest Qigong together, and that community makes it so much stronger. I'm really grateful for all the teachers that practice or lead a practice every Monday. Lovely to have Anne last week. Next week, it will be Sue Kreitz, our queen of inviting us to feel gratitude through December. And so I'm really looking forward to her taking us out of the month with gratitude, I hope. And I have a couple other little announcements too before we get going. I now create some little Qigong videos on a YouTube channel called Creative Nature Qigong. You can also subscribe to them. Just yesterday, I posted a video about bedtime Qigong. So if you want a little bit more infusion, I invite you to subscribe or check those out. We're entering in the dark season and the season of spiritual development, which I'm going to talk about today. And if you think, oh, level 3, this is the time to take level 3, Master Jerry and I are going to be teaching level 3 in January, and I'd love to see you there. Time to become a more powerful healer, tap into the power of the universe more. I was thinking about it all the way here as I walked towards the full moon to come to my office. Okay, so this winter solstice time. In July, we did a very yin practice. It was like we have all the circuits running in the house. We have all the appliances turned in, like the dishwasher, the washing machine, the lawnmower, leaf blower, hair dryer, toaster, like everything is whirring and going. And we can do that. And the intention of the practice in July was to kind of stop ourselves from just really blowing all of them and like melting down. Like we needed to cool ourselves down a little bit and not overheat. Now, nature, we're with nature. We're with this time of the longest night, the shortest day, the shortest amount of the time of the sun with us. And it's a little bit like maybe some of the circuits in the house are not available now. So we have less power in that yang way with us. So maybe we are like, I could have an extreme example to illustrate what I mean, that right now maybe we're heating just a small part of the house with a space heater. And so we need to be careful to not like overheat the circuits, because we don't want to then blow them. You don't want to open a window at this point of the time and let the heat out. You really need to protect the heat that you have. So in this winter solstice time, especially winter solstice day, like one of the practices is to not break a sweat, to not pour our heat out of our body, but to really guard the warmth that we have. And to not spend too much of it, to not draw on a reserve that we don't really have, because we want to protect that yang energy so that when spring rolls around, we feel like, yes, we have strength for new life and like inspiration and passion to take the dreams that we've been dreaming and cultivating in this resting time. We are ready to bring them into form, into action. And if we've not rested enough, we're more and haven't protected our yang energy, we're more likely to get sick a lot. And we're more likely to enter spring kind of being like, what, spring already? Like I didn't have my winter nap. So that's why this is an important time. And as much as I'm saying, kind of like don't do in some ways, I want to remember that I'm saying dream. Like this is the internal time. Like as much as so much of our attention is usually on that busy external yang energy, but this is the rich internal treasure time, the time of dreaming. So we're going to have a practice to nourish that. And sometimes you might think dreaming like, oh, that's like intuition and the upper dantian and all of that. But actually, today's practice is going to focus on the tailbone as that kind of nourishing the seat of the vitality there. And in some ways, that's true even when we're sleeping. If you're having trouble, if your brain is really busy at night, one of the reasons why that might be is for a blockage more in the tailbone and sacrum area, and there's not enough energy coming up in through your spine, up to your head, to let your mind rest. So that's one of the reasons today is a tailbone practice. So I'm so glad you're here. I'm going to stand up, and we are going to need to give you a little bit more of an angle for me to do that. Okay. So I invite you to put your feet underneath your hips. And at least in the north, you know, when it's cold, we all kind of walk like this. So let's draw our shoulders up and let them pick up your ears. And so we're kind of giving extra support to that shoulder scrunch, and it will help it release as we gently bring the shoulders down. Good. And take a breath in through the nose, breathing up through your feet. And exhaling through your mouth. And now we're going to gently start bouncing from the knees. It feels so good to breathe in some fresh energy. One of my favorite images when I bounce is to feel like I'm being bounced by Mother Earth energy. I love holding a baby, kind of bouncing and swaying the baby, feeling them relax into my arms. And we're having the same experience now. Bouncing and relaxing into the Mother Earth energy. And bringing the arms slowly floating up. Letting your wrists bounce a little bit. We're stimulating the channels that draw in the energy from the earth and release. So we really are realigning ourselves with the vibration of the Mother Earth energy. Just sinking into it, bouncing into it, relaxing into it. Nurtured by it. I love the space that opens between each rib as you breathe with the hands above the head. And let's gently bring the arms down. And I like to turn side to side a little bit, gently giving a spiral to the spine, opening up the channels in the spine that way. And then coming back to center and letting the bouncing come to stillness. Okay, so we're going to tap some main energy points to stop us from being an ice cube of winter. We're going to keep the energy flowing. So starting here on the cheekbones, below the eyes, we're tapping with love and joy and peace. You feel the vibration of those qualities going into your that point. So here at the base of the eyebrows with love, joy, and peace. I like to tap here. Feel the vibration. Now at the top of the head with a cupped hand with love and joy, peace. And supporting the forehead, we're going to cup the base of the head with love, joy, and peace. And then massaging C7, the big vertebra that sticks out. I like to squeeze it and release it, squeezing in love and joy and peace. Let's clap the hands with love and joy and peace. And into the left elbow with love and joy and peace. And into the right with love and joy and peace. And into the armpit with love and joy and peace. And the other side with love, joy, and peace. All right, so I'm having my hands in little circles here. I'm going to tap the sacrum and the tailbone. So not on the bone exactly, but we're tapping up and down. So all the way across the sacrum and down towards the tip, and we're getting the tissue to jiggle. Enjoy the jiggle. And that jiggle and that vibration in the tissue is going to nurture the bone. Can you enjoy playing with noticing that feeling, what that feels like? This is a keystone of what we're practicing. So we're really lingering here today. Up and down. Activating this gateway with a life force energy to come up from the earth into our body to nourish us. All right, good. I heard my belly start to sing. That was a sign the energy's moving. Okay, and now you can tuck your knuckle into your fist if you like, or an open fist, and we're going to tap the hip joints. Sometimes it's easier to bend forward a little bit. You will find the dimple there a little more. And keep your knees soft still. Enjoy how the vibration goes all the way to your knee. Can you feel the vibration go into your calves? This is helping nurture the point at the bottom of the torso where all the yin channels meet. Important point at this time of most yin. All right, I love that spot, so I linger. But we're going to cup now the front of the knees 9 times with love, joy, and peace. And behind the knees with love, joy, and peace. Both sides of the left knee with love, joy, and peace. And both sides of the right with love, joy, and peace. All right. So coming back, your feet underneath your shoulders, a little wider stance. Finding that comfortable. I'm going to adjust still. Comfortable stance, your knees soft, and your spine long and straight. Growing as tall and strong as a pine tree. Your arms like pine boughs by your side. And the energy between your fingers, like the energy of the pine needles. You know, they have their length, but they're also soft. I invite you to breathe in through all of your skin or through all of your pine needles. Collect that breath behind your navel. And exhale anything you no longer need. Now notice yourself breathing in not just the air, not just the sunlight, but also pure universal chi, the Gen Chi, pure love. Feeling that love enter in through all of your skin. And exhaling still, there's still the exhale, anything you no longer need. Might be like you're steaming or like incense, as that energy goes back to the universe, all the way back across the universe. As you breathe like this, you remember it silently in your heart the password. I am in the universe. The universe is in my body. The universe and I combine together. Now I invite you to gently let that energy come up from your navel to your heart, and for you to call with deep respect on your master's energy. And what I mean by that is your spiritual role model of unconditional love, a grandparent or some spiritual teacher from any time, an ancestor, who is your one for today. Notice your gratitude to them for their love, for their generous compassion, for their kindness. Just thinking of them softens your shoulders even more, opens your heart even more. Feeling this keen, keen gratitude. Ask your master to help you with your meditation this morning, to help you balance your energy so that you will be having a beautiful transition through the winter solstice, being gifted with many beautiful dreams, spiritual growth, and good health, so that you can move into the new year with lots of health and vitality in the seasons to come. Now I invite you to stand as your master. Notice how they would stand, how they would breathe. And we're going to pretend we are like them as we practice a movement called 10,000 hands. So you breathe in, you turn your palms away from each other. You know, breathe in, bring your hands above the head. They meet here, and they come to the top of the head. This is the top of the inhale. I know I'm talking slower than a normal breath. And then we're going to exhale, drawing the energy down through the center of your being, through your heart, and we'll continue going down to earth. Again, breathing in. It's okay to add an extra breath, but this is an important place to be at the top of the inhale. And experience the exhale beginning as you drop down through your center. You're going to do this in your own pace of your own breath. Imagine there's many images that come with this. Sometimes what I imagine with this is that I'm drawing beautiful aura, like the aura of the master's energy is drawn around me with this gesture. So aura of love and compassion. And with each movement, we have 10,000 hands drawing in unconditional love. 10,000 hands to collect that unconditional love. So much to imagine, drawing it to the top of your head, taking it into the core of your being. The more we practice it, the more our aura really will be that strong brilliance. So chant as you come down. Om. Do one last movement in this practice. Coming back to standing like a pine tree. Beautiful. So we are going to transition to seated again. Part of the yin, part of this practice. I invite you to sit as a pine tree. Spine long and straight. Focusing on the light behind your navel and your lower vitality center. And gently move that light in your visualization down to your bladder point. And then down to the bottom of your torso. And then to the tip of your tailbone. There's 3 small bones that form a little triangle. That is your tailbone. And I invite you to visualize just a candle flame there. A little candle flame. A loving, gentle candle flame. Shining in your tailbone looking so white. I invite you to go into the center of the candle flame, right by the wick. It is often very transparent there. It's a pure field of transformation. Flame is there, but not there. And the shape of this little space inside the candle flame is so much like the aura of the master's energy. I like to imagine the master sitting, smiling, right there in that invisible place of the flame in the tailbone. The master's pure love taking us into that in-between space, right in the tailbone. You might choose to sit in this image for quite a while. As you do, you may notice a warmth gently starting to flow up your sacrum, up to your kidneys, up your spine, to your shoulders and mind. And then back down from your head down through the center of your being. Your whole body nourished by this candle flame. You can trust that that flow happens as you simply rest in that beautiful in-between place with your master's love. And when you're done with your meditation, gently bring that energy from the candle flame, from your tailbone to your navel. And see the light there, spinning like a ball, spinning faster and smaller and brighter. And your heart saying your gratitude to this amazing universe and the gift we get to be alive in it. Thank you to your master. Thank you to your body. Thank you to nature and the seasons. Now that light has become condensed, refined into a dawn. You tuck it in deep behind your navel. You can take now some gentle breaths. As you do that, rubbing your hands together, warming them up, rubbing between your fingers is also nourishing your spine, nourishing the space between each vertebra. And then massaging your face in a circle, the heart, going up your nose, across your forehead, down your cheeks. Beautiful. Oh, I'm massaging your ears. That feels so good. So let's take a couple bows. Just bowing to each other. Thank you for sharing this practice in community. Your chi field adds to the strength of this meditation, no matter when anyone's watching. Thank you to these teachings. They are so grounding, so empowering. And thank you to the lineage of teachers that have carried them forward, including the teachers to come, perhaps you. So I wish you a beautiful winter solstice. Thank you so much for joining me today. I love you. Have a beautiful